Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceautorestore.com, and today just an update on one of the vehicles that we're working on. This is a 1956 Chevy Bel Air. The last time we did an update on this video, we were just doing the body work and everything was in primer. And then we did another video where we showed you the chassis and the engine and all of the suspension and braking all new. So now we've set the body after doing all the body work and paint, so we have this really nice GM off-white, almost like a cream white color, and then our client has picked a special yellow, a millennium yellow. So what we've done is we have this really nice two-tone effect. So this is a 56 Chevy Bel Air. So we've just set the body onto the frame, and we've got new body mounts and so on. So I just wanted to kind of give you a quick little update. As you come down the quarter panel, you can see the paint here, a little bit of dust on it, but you can see how nice the body work is. There is a lot of dents and a lot of surface rust and a lot of body filler in certain sections. And you can see now the camera will probably be able to pick it up. Like if you look down the profile of the quarter panel, the curve and coming down, the bodywork is, I don't know, some guys like to say laser straight, but it's factory correct. It's all nice and smooth. Something I'd like to point out, when you come down this quarter panel, we're kind of meticulous about the masking, and it's a lot of work, but I think it's very rewarding and it's going to be worth it. So you can see there's going to be a wide molding, that factory molding trim that comes across here. And then you can see we've measured and marked and followed the masking line all the way into the door jambs, and then we'll show you the doors after we come along the car. So when you come along the roof, you can see how nice and clean and straight that is. So this is a premium single stage paint, and then you can see the rails are all really nicely done. The posts have all been done, so we block sanded all the way to 400 grit and then cleaned it off. And then when you come through the roof and down in, this is something that we one of the guys came up with, is why don't we divide the dash in half, and rather than having it all one color, why don't we do a two-tone? So we did the yellow up top of the dash pad and then the nice white contrast on the bottom half. So when we did the white, we did all at the same time. So we did the roof, the exterior, the trunk lid, the glove box, the ashtray, and all the white components were all done at the same time. And then the yellow, we've done all the yellow with the Fender Skirts and so on. So this is going to be quite a nice contrast. You'll see on the passenger side, if you follow the yellow and white line, where the windshield wraps around, and you see that trim there. See the way it kind of comes in, the white and the yellow meet. And that's kind of a nice feature. So when we come around the front, something I'd like to point out, you'll notice, I don't know if it'll come up in the camera, this yellow paint under fluorescent lighting tends to have kind of green shadows depending on how the light hits it. But the layers of paint is different between this cowl area and this top part of the cowl and the top part of the dash. So you'll notice this yellow and the yellow here on the dash, that has 6 coats of this premium yellow paint. But the side cowls, this just has about 3 coats of paint, because the fender is going to get bolted on top of this and cover it. So we just wanted, rather than having it just primer or spraying it with like a rocker garter or some type of product like that, we wanted to get some paint on it. We just didn't want to do as many layers because it's not something you'll ever see. And then I think we've got a lot of stuff in the way, but when you come around to the front now, you'll see a really nice contrast. Other than everything is dusty, the firewall has all been done correct, because you see basically from here over, we're going to have our master cylinder and brake booster and so on up in the dash, or on the firewall, and there'll be cowl trim and some chrome, and then we'll have our wiring harness coming across here. But the firewall itself is all painted with the same 6 coats of yellow, and then the fenders will be bolted up, so everything you see here will be really attractive. So it's a nice contrast with the blue engine and the yellow body with the white roof. So we just wanted to do a quick little update to show you how it's coming along. This is the 56 Bel Air. So we'll cut away from this, and then I'd like to share with you the doors, because we have all 4 doors done. and they'll be going on shortly. So we'll just move over to the doors. Okay, so here we are at the doors now. So this stand has the two rear doors, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm not sure, but the fluorescent lighting is probably going to throw off the color of yellow and kind of give you like a greenish kind of look. This is actually a pure yellow. So you can see where we've got the roof, basically where the roof and posts meet is all obviously white, but we've followed it all the way through. So it comes all the way around. So I mentioned it's a lot of masking on the body, but it's also a lot of masking on the doors, because we want to make sure that this tape line matches the tape line of the body. So imagine when we open this back door, so this is the driver back door. When we open it up, this line will line up exactly with the dog leg and the quarter panel of the actual sedan. So this is kind of an important feature, and it's something that we kind of like to do when we follow the two-tone all the way around. And then if I move it around to this side, you'll see that we have it finished correctly. We have all the yellow in here, and then we've stopped the white band because that's our trim. So the chrome trim will go along here and up on this section, and then we have the nice chrome handle. So these are the back doors, and then you have the front doors, which aren't as complex in terms of masking, but you'll see once again we've got our white band to match the striping, and then we have the white for the roof line. So we've masked this in the center of where the chrome is going to be, and then once again if we turn this, you'll be able to see we've gone all the way inside with the masking line again. So I don't want to be in the way here, but you can see there's a door panel that's going to go on here, and then we have our white with the yellow band, the white, and then the yellow again, so it's all going to match the body and then the trim on the outside. So that's the doors for that Bel Air sedan, and then just a couple of other things to show. The last thing would be the skirts. So what we were able to do is we found a kind of like a Continental kit. So we have a spare tire cover that we dry fitted onto the trunk, and we're going to two-tone that, so it's going to be white and yellow. And then we have these nice Fender skirts. They required quite a bit of work, so we've modified them and repaired them, and now they're painted the proper yellow too. So we're going to have the Fender skirting, and you can just probably see it from there if you imagine. See the quarter panel. The camera can probably zoom in. So you'll have basically that wheel well opening at the back will have this skirt on it. So there'll be a little more yellow on the body as an accent. So just wanted to share the status update on that. So that's our 56 Bel Air sedan. And as we continue, we're just waiting for some hardware. Our next step is to bolt the body to the frame. Once it's in its proper position, then we're going to install all four doors and adjust them, and then our next step will be the dash and wiring harness. So once we have the body bolted down and all four doors installed, we'll do another walk around to share with you what it looks like on the next step. So I'm John, and thank you for watching. Visit our website. It's lastchanceautorestore.com.